today. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta. This will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. We see Matthew Stafford, the one-time Georgia Bulldog, set to pilot the offense of the Detroit Lions.
When I think of Matthew Stafford in Detroit, I think of numbers, and I mean passing numbers. 40,000 yards passed in his career last year before a back injury landed him on the IR after just 8 games. And to show his value to the team, the Lions lost all 8 games started by either Jeff Driscoll or David Blau. They need a healthy Matthew Stafford in order to compete in the NFC North.
They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run again on first down. Peterson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Now Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
On 4th down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2020, Jack Fox. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Matt Ryan, the longtime Falcon, a veteran who's been in the league since '08, ready to guide this Atlanta offense.
This past offseason was one where the Atlanta organization continued to build around their quarterback, Matt Ryan, because he can still throw the rock. 5th in the NFL in passing yards last year with better than 4,400. He's a guy who knows how to get the ball to his guys on the perimeter and take care of it even when he's under duress in the pocket. Sacked 48 times last year.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's 3rd and 4.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This one finding the hands of Brandon Powell. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. To throw is Ryan. A very quick pass to Ridley. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
I know I'm one of those that overuses certain terms, and this one, explosive, is what we use for a lot of receivers, but that's Calvin Ridley. Nice catch there, and not only is he explosive, he's been very productive. Since being drafted in 2018, one of the top touchdown rates in the league as a wide receiver.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going to the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Now it's Ryan. Zone for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan able to connect with his top man, Julio Jones. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. A 10-play drive that time. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Well, for the Atlanta Falcons, that first victory of the year continues to elude them. They fell to 0-5 with a loss against Carolina at home in Week 5. The first time they've been 0-5 since '97. And after the game, the big story, Charles, they do some house cleaning, letting go of head coach Dan Quinn and also their general manager, Thomas Dimitroff. So Quinn had been there since 2015. We know he took him to the Super Bowl, a game that they should have won. But now Raheem Morris steps in as interim head coach.
Well, he has experience. He was a head coach with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Actually had a 10-win season there before losing his job. And he's coached both sides of the ball. Normally known as a defensive guy. That's where he made his bones. But he coached offense for a while in Atlanta as well. Actually coached Julio Jones in the receiver. So he has experience all the way through. But he was supposed to fix the Atlanta defense this year, and they've had their struggles. Remember, they had beaten Carolina 8 of 9 times before this last ball game, and they allowed 30 or more points in all 4 games coming in. He'll do a nice job with the team. They're going to like him. Is he auditioning for the job? Of course he is, but I think it would take a lot for him to make that leap and become the head coach of the Falcons. Maybe somewhere else in the league, he might be able to impress some people. But here's what the Falcons have coming up after this 0-5 start, Brandon. At Minnesota, home for Detroit. Get another shot at the Panthers October 29th, Thursday night, on the road in Carolina. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 24, Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's Gurley. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And there's a run there by Todd Gurley, and we all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Second and goal from the 6 this time. From the gun, it's Ryan. This will be caught at about the 5. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Ryan. And it's caught. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Pretty heavy traffic over the middle on that one, and somehow he emerged with the football. Way to possess it despite all the extra contact and people around him.
The field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They're running with Gurley. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
It's funny, partner, you often hear how tough it is for a rookie receiver to adjust to the NFL. I think the same is true for tight ends. You're asking them to do a lot in the NFL game with the additional blocking that many of them didn't have to do in college. And T.J. Hawkinson, he was a number 8 overall pick in 2019 and had a good rookie season with 32 catches. I expect that number to go way up as he gets more comfortable with the NFL game. A nice catch right there for a first down.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again. Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Todd Gurley heading back out along with the rest of the Atlanta offense. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. He gives to Gurley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Catch there by Julio Jones, and let's face it, we're almost running out of ways to say he's great. So let's put it into this context. 3rd among active players in receiving yards, starting 2020, just 852 yards behind tight end Jason Witten.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Ryan will drop this underneath to Gurley. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's Kerryon Johnson, third-year man from Auburn.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down and 4. Stafford. Open man is Quintez Cephas.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
7 yards there and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Partner, the head coach is out of challenges now for the rest of the game. I'm not too sure he would like to have a few more challenges in his pocket.
And when they first started challenges in the NFL, people were wondering what's the right amount.
Yeah, I'm not sure that there's a flat-out determination, but I do like where we are because I think it does leave strategy in the game, and the head coach has to make a decision about when exactly is the right time to pull the challenge flag.
Throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the Pro Bowler, was his intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Well, switching gears for a second. Look, Charles, we know it's part of the game, but injuries, again, a big story in Week 5. Most notably, of course, Dak Prescott. Pretty severe ankle injury that's going to keep him out the remainder of the season, and that's really just the latest in what has been a tough year already. Gosh, you could probably build an all-pro team, Charles, with some of the guys who have gone down.
Yeah.
He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
From the gun, here's Stafford.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And they'll get him down here at the 23.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Here's Jack Fox now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Gurley.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a draw play for Gurley. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Ryan. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 17. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Now a run with Peterson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
The Lions on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fake here, direct snap to the up man. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And they're one past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball out of the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
On first down, Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They run. It's Gurley. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And he completes this to Russell Gage. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Gurley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
That's complete. Right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Coup now for the point after. Is now 24. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the Falcons score to cap it off. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stafford going underneath. He's got Hockenson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Stafford able to get this complete to Swift as running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here. In addition to his really good hands, Marvin Jones makes big plays downfield. Ended up missing the last month of the 2019 season. Still had 62 catches for nearly 800 yards. And even more importantly, 9 touchdown catches included in that number. When Marvin Jones goes downfield for a pass, oftentimes he finds his way into the end zone.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessful.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Amendola. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air again, Stafford. And this is caught at the end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Danny Amendola, 28 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's a 27-10 score now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Well, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And there's a catch by Todd Gurley, and that has to remind us that's exactly what we've seen in him throughout his career when he's at his best. He can run it. He can catch it. He led the league in total yards from scrimmage in 2017 with nearly 3,000. Todd Gurley, when he's on point, is quite a weapon for the Atlanta Falcons.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Todd Gurley who had himself a very nice first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Well, as we normally do, let's look ahead to what's to come here in the NFL for Week 6. Some changes to the schedule in this most unusual season. But, CD, I've earmarked a few here. I've got Cleveland and Pittsburgh, Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Of course, that's going to be a lot of fun. Arizona, Dallas, Monday night. And then you got Buffalo, KC moved from Thursday to Monday to account for Buffalo playing on Tuesday in Week 5.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and start with that one because that Buffalo-Kansas City game, as you mentioned, was originally a Thursday night feature game. Then they moved it to Sunday, and then they had to move it to Monday because of the juggling of the schedule in this most unusual season. Arizona-Dallas Monday night, that feels like an old-school kind of a game, doesn't it? And now we'll have Andy Dalton at quarterback for Dallas. And Green Bay, Tampa Bay, that's simple. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. And Cleveland, Pittsburgh, how great is this now to feel like it's the old AFC North battle with Cleveland fully in the fight?
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Falcons send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well, and if they can put a score on the board, hey, they could get back in it in a hurry.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. They start the drive with Peterson. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They're down here in the 3rd quarter, trying to get something going to the outside there. Didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Stafford to his 2nd-year tight end Hawkinson for a Lion 1st down.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, it's Stafford.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's Amendola now, jet sweep. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Stafford going to give it to Swift. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
One more time with Swift.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll run for it with Peterson.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Prater's kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And Todd Gurley heading back out along with the rest of the Atlanta offense.
And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Julio Jones has averaged 90 receiving yards per game every season since 2013. And when you factor in that every game plan calls for them double and triple covering him, yet he's still putting up those kind of numbers, that tells you the excellence of Julio Jones.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Well, we got a second here, Charles. Let's play believer, non-believer. I'll give you a couple teams off to surprising starts. You tell me if you believe that they will continue that way. And let's start with the Browns at 4-1.
Non-believer last year, believer to start this season, believer even after they got whacked in the opener by Baltimore. I think they'll contend for a playoff spot.
Okay, the Bears, same record, 4-1.
I still want to see more out of this team, but I like how their defense plays. Still need consistency on offense.
And then lastly, what about the Panthers at 3-2?
Oh, one of the great stories in the early going. Non-believer because I think their division's too tough with Tampa Bay and New Orleans. But, boy, I like what they're doing so far at 3-2. Way better record than what people thought.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Gonna flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And the numbers show it, low involvement early, but since he's been involved, it's been a good thing for this offense.
Indeed it has, and when you're able to finally get him going, get him fully integrated into the offense, things feel a whole lot better for your team. It expands everything that they do trying to move the football.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, there's zero doubt that the Detroit Lions like Kerryon Johnson's ability, but he's been dinged up a little bit in his first 2 years in the NFL, so they went out and used a day 2 pick this past year on DeAndre Swift, the rookie runner out of Georgia, hoping, I think, to pair them together and maybe send a message. But I think if Kerryon Johnson can stay on the field, he could be an awfully productive back in the NFL.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Stafford toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James, but it'll be second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Stafford.
He'll get this off to Swift.
And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Matt Ryan and the Falcons getting ready to go again here on offense. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Gurley. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 8. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Short throw underneath to Hurst. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Agnew now to return. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at about the 32. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Stafford now to throw. He gets this complete to Cephas. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing again is Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Lions on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion 1st down.
And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Terrific catch and a big chunk of yardage gained by Kenny Golladay, and that's exactly what he does. That's why he's so dangerous downfield. Highest average yards per reception among NFC receivers in 2019 at over 18 yards per catch. He has the length and really has a nose for the football, especially when they put the ball in the air and he goes up and gets it.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Quintez Cephas there to make the grab. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Prater on to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They go play action now. Ryan. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. His throw is going to be incomplete.
Intended target on that one, Russell Gage.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Complete to Zacchaeus. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, they run with Gurley. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Gurley. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Over the middle, it's Amendola. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. To the air again, Stafford. His throw incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again, Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Swift. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Stafford. That's complete. Right around the 8. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. From the gun, Stafford, and he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Here's Powell on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll throw from the gun. A slant to Jones. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Play action. It's Ryan. Man out of the backfield. That's complete. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and chew some clock with Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another carry now for Gurley. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Ryan. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. So Matthew Stafford in the offense. Down by a field goal. A little under 1:50 remaining. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Left side completion to Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup there.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. They'll find Jones again, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Still time to go for the win, but they've got to get up and spike it quickly. Now Stafford. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Lions offense set to take over. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 26. Out of the gun, he'll throw. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Stafford. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Operating from the gun. Stafford, he's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
On 1st down, Swift, and he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Stafford. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free.
And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.